because Doctor Who is now becoming Dr. Thomas Stockman. Yes, the star actor Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, is on London's West End stage in a 19th century play, An Enemy of the People. I met him and asked why this story about power, money and the truth is still relevant today.
I think perhaps because the truth is undermined so consistently, and I think that's one of the problems that Thomas really struggles with. It's this idea, I think that is quite true to now. You know, that there's so much disinformation and misinformation, and I think it's one has to find their own route to the truth nowadays a bit. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I think a lot of people will hear that and find that resonates somehow with them.
Yeah, you know, because there's so much sort of like rubbish on the internet now that you know, people can say anything and sort of purport it to be the truth. So look, I think broadly speaking there are a lot of themes in this play that I think feel very prevalent and present. A few days ago, had someone tried to muzzle me on the subject, I would have fought for my right to speak until my last breath. But that all seems irrelevant now, after what I've experienced. I've made a discovery.
Even though it was written in the 19th century, you're very much hitting things that will hit a nerve with people today. And you even, involve the audience. Now, that's quite a risk. I mean, looking out there, it looks a bit scary to me. You invite people to participate.
It never stops looking scary, that place, I tell you. Yeah, well, kind of, yeah. Every day you think, why am I doing a play? What have I done? No, so there's a sort of like a town hall meeting, essentially, that comes in the second act of the play where the audience are invited to participate.
But do you ever worry that you're going to lose control of the audience? You know, it might be like a really...
I want to lose control.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what the theatre's about, and I think we need to lose control a bit, don't we?
It's interesting that you want people to have a really strong reaction.
Yes.
On the show last week, Ray Fiennes said that trigger warnings should go.
I agree.
People should be shocked.
I agree. I watched it. I agree with Rafe utterly and completely. That's why we go to the theatre, isn't it? To be shocked, to be arrested out of ourselves, to recognise ourselves in front and with an audience. I also agree that if there are strobes or whatever, there are some things that make sense, but, you know, I worry sometimes that we're moving towards a sort of sanitised version of everything, and we're stripping the danger and the invention and the ingenuity out of... Like, isn't art meant to be dangerous? It's like, you know, I always thought that was one of the great things of doing Doctor Who, is that you scared children, but in a controlled way, but you did scare them. I mean, imagine you go to kids watching Doctor Who, by the way, this might scare you. No, I'm not into it.
Let's talk then about Doctor Who. I read that when you accepted Doctor Who, when you were 27.
26.
You're 26?
Yeah.
You weren't sure that you'd done the right thing, becoming the 11th Doctor. Is that true?
I was young and sort of foolish. I'm still foolish, I'm just older. And I thought, well, would I just always be Doctor Who? Mm-hmm. And then I realised actually always being Doctor Who is amazing.
It's not a bad thing.
It's a great thing. It's still, you know, one of the great pleasures of my life. I'm so proud of that show. And it's just the most amazing part. Suddenly you're Doctor Who. So children are like, what? No way. Like, you're Doctor Who. And you're like, yeah, man, I am. And that, and for my family, and it was just, a really extraordinary life moment.
Do kids still come up to you?
Yeah, but obviously it's moved on and now it's all about shoots. But interestingly, like, now they're like 18 and they're like, oh, when I was young, you were really cool. Well, yeah, I'm not now, but...
Would you ever do a David Tennant and go back to the TARDIS for one last time? Fancy another spin?
Never say never. Never say never.
You say there you loved inhabiting a character, you know, spending time with characters.
Yeah.
And of course, one of the characters you spent a lot of time with was somebody from real life, Prince Philip.
Big Phil.
Is that what you called him, Big Phil?
Big Phil. I love Big Phil.
I will not kneel before my wife.
Your wife is not asking you to.
But my queen commands me.
Yes.
I beg you make an exception for me.
No.
I told my granddad that I got that part. I went, bloody hell, you're not playing that Burke. He couldn't bear him. My granddad couldn't bear him. He wasn't very into the royal family, but I just loved him. I got all of the research I did. I thought, what an extraordinary, forward-thinking, deeply funny, irascible, brilliant man he was.
Is it true Prince Harry called you Grandpa?
Yeah, it is, yeah. He was like, all right, Grandad. I was like, all right, mate.
And is it true that the late Queen used to watch The Crown, you heard, on a projector?
I heard
in
this.
Buckingham Palace?
This might be an old wives' tale, but I heard she watched it with a member. But again, see, this is the problem, isn't it? Because it generates a sort of level of gossip around them that they probably don't want. But by the same notion, without sort of being too presumptuous about it, has it done them? You know, has it created a degree of intrigue about them as well that perhaps? You know, has it modernised them in a way? Has it helped people empathise with them?
Let's talk about something that is definitely fiction.
Yeah.
The Game of Thrones spin-off.
Yes.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
You played Prince Daemon.
Yes, yes.
Now, it's said that the second series is going to be very, very gory. How gory is it really going to be? Because the first series ends with the war about to kick off.
As you'd expect, all the bells and whistles of gore and madness and relationships flying around all over the place, and we've got some wonderful new characters coming in, some wonderful new actors who are on board. The great Freddie Fox has joined, which I'm delighted about. Yeah, hopefully we can deliver something again of great scale and ambition, and you know, and that has the essence and the tenacity of those books.
Blood and guts.
Blood and guts, and you know, just odd relationships.
And politics, like small p politics.
Yeah,
Which kind of our politicians do you think would do well in that environment?
Oh, stick a wig on them all and see how they get on, I reckon.
Matt Smith, has been really great to talk to you.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you
to
so
talk
much
to you
for your
too.
time.
Thanks for your time.